Okay, a warm welcome to everyone. Today we are doing session number 51 at Dynamics 365 User Group India, where we have Finance Vikings joining us, and they will be talking about their journey of navigating global finance in Dynamics 365. Welcome, Luna and Ulrika. A
Thank you.
quick glimpse. Yep. Uh, so a quick glimpse of the agenda for today. We will be doing a quick group introduction followed by the session. And few disclaimers that the views expressed in these sessions are from the speakers and they do not represent views of their employers or Microsoft. And any recommendations coming out of these sessions should not be applied directly to production environment. Instead, they should be tested and verified in non-production environments. Mostly we use Contoso demo database to run these sessions, and the session is recorded and will be published on our YouTube channel. So if you do not consent to be part of a recorded session, then this is a good time to disconnect. So is my screen visible? Just a
No.
minute. Oh, my bad. Just give me a minute. Is it visible now?
Sorry, I thought it was only me.
Perfect. Awesome. I'll continue without taking more time. So this group was launched 4 years back with a simple view of creating a platform for Microsoft Dynamics 365 professionals to connect, learn, and grow with each other. Thanks to everyone who has supported us, who has joined these sessions, presented on this user group, and we have a support of 33, I would say it's 3,500 plus members on various social media channels. These are the QR codes. So if you want to receive our notifications, feel free to join us on these platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. All these sessions which we have done in past are uploaded on our YouTube channel, and our YouTube handle is D365 UG India. So feel free to check them out and leave your comments and feedbacks. So today we have Luna and Ulrika talking about their global finance dynamics, global finance journey with Dynamics 365. So over to you, Luna. Thank you. The stage is all yours. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let me share my screen. So for today, first of all, we want to say a big thank you to the user group for having us here. It is always a pleasure to present something, and we never presented in your part of the world. So we are really looking forward to it and hoping to meet a lot of new people here and network. So thank you. With me today, I have the Swedish Viking Ulrika. She is a solution architect at Capgemini in Sweden. She has been working with finance for many years. Ulrika and I met in Microsoft when we were both working there and figured out somehow we had the same passion for finance. So I'm happy to have you here, Ulrika. And shortly, the agenda for today. Navigating financial tax. That is something we have to stop probably Ulrika in at some point before she goes on and on and on about it. Then we are going to look at some reconciliation possibilities in the system and what to do if you are missing your rate treasures, how to collect your valuables quick. We are looking a little into Valhalla Insights. And at the end, we have the future horizons. And if we have time enough, we also brought just a few other golden things for you. But over to you, Ulrika.
Well, thank you so much, Lona. As Lona said, we met a few years back, and I'm happy to work with her. She's currently not with my company. She's working at our Neo, but we found each other through our mutual passion for finance. With that said, let's go over to the financial tags. So if we then take the next slide and talk about the financial tags first, a bit from what are the financial tags and what are they not. I guess some of you have started to use the tags already. You've seen that it could be a reference on transactions. You can have 20 tags, and within every tag, you can have an unlimited number of values. They are, as the financial dimensions are global, the financial tags are actually company specific. And they are supported on multiple transactions, but they are not part of any account structure and not defaulted from master data. You can also edit the financial tags. So when you enter a transaction, you can actually change the value that you put into the tag. And you have a possibility to also get an audit trail to see who did the change. So you have that stored in the setup as well. So, and think about the financial tags as reusable and non-reusable values. When you look at the financial dimensions, that is something where you reuse the values over time, like the department value, etc. For the financial tags, it is not reusable data. Think of it as, for instance, reference numbers. Or if you had a fire in the warehouse and you need to mark all of the transactions with the insurance number to be able to get that insurance claim out afterwards, maybe use a financial tag. Well, for the financial tags then, I would like to show you a few new things that you can do with the financial tags. So if we continue to the next slide, I want to show you the tags in action. I want to show you what when we open, create a new tag, and also what happens if we add a financial tag rule, and the financial tag rule will then auto-populate tag values on financial transactions. So if we continue to the next slide, we'll see this happening. So I will go into my Viking toolbox in Dynamics. I will look at my financial tags. And here actually now I have a new possibility when I create a new tag value. Before you only had 3 values, now you actually have a list of values that are 5. You actually have a possibility to have a value type of a fixed list and fixed custom list. This is something my customer has longed for because they still want to have some kind of control of the values. Well, once you've created a new tag, to be able then to auto-populate the values, you can add a financial rule, a tag rule to them. So on this one, I want to have a rule on the sales order. So the tag value should be defaulted from the sales order. Let's have a look at how you can do that then. I have created a tag rule with the condition that says if the sales group on the sales order is 01, then I want the custom text to be put on my financial tag. That should be Vinland, which is a Viking place, of course. And then if the value is 02, it's Miklagard. Well, let's have a look at how this works then by looking at a sales order in the system. So I go into my sales order and I have a look. Well, this sales order has the sales group of 01. And based out of that, I can actually do a simulation now within the tags. I take that sales order, do a simulation, and since it's 01, my tag value on the line will be Vinland. If I think it's a bit hard and tricky to do these rules then by hand, I have another possibility as well. And I will show you that too. Let's go into the tag rules again. And from here, create a new tag rule. And instead of writing the condition, I want Copilot to help me out actually by building the condition for me. I say that this is something, I will take the information on the general journal. And yes, it is. And I will here instead write the formula. Let's see. Yeah, thank you, Lana. And with the help of Copilot, I will create now the formula. I will say, well, if the text on the general journal contains gold, then my tag value should be set to important. And it takes a little while. And then by the help of Copilot, I get this formula set up and I can apply it. Let's see if it works in reality then, because I have, again, created a general journal for us. It's here. If you see in the description, it says deposit for gold. So the gold is the key here. And if I go back to my simulation, I use the journal and see what will happen. Now, my tag value will be important. So this is a way of how you can work with the tags and create those defaulting rules. I hope that gave you some input to how you can use the tags. Let's give it over to Lone, and she will show you how to do a great reconciliation.
Just one question before Ulrika. So I always saw that the financial dimensions are the need to have and the tags are the nice to have. Do you have just a few possible examples of where you are using them with your customers?
Yes, I mean, these reference values, Lone, that would be one place where I actually use them. So the possibility to get in reference numbers like payment references, etc., and then using them also with the automatic settlement.
Yes. And now it should also, I heard it should also be in roadmap for BPA, but we are coming back to that one.
We're coming back to that one, yes.
Coming back to that one. So the reconciliation, Saga. Yeah, a question from Satya.
Sorry, quick one, if I can ask on the financial tag. Is there any plan you heard from Microsoft to default on the master data? I saw you very specifically highlighted that it's not defaulted on the master data, because that's I know this is a common requirement, I believe. Have you heard anything?
I haven't heard anything. I think explore what the rules can do for you, because they can do quite a few things actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll explore that rules thing, and power effects was also new for me. So that's
and I like this where you actually can use something other than the normal ways of getting the values in, like here with the sales group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you.
Good. So let's move on to the reconciliation. We are going a little fast with the account reconciliation agent, because I know you already have had session with the account reconciliation agent. So I think all of you have probably seen it. What I want to add here is something that I talk to my customer about. But first, the account reconciliation agent can actually reconcile across all legal entities. So that's one of the advantages of it. You know, you have this, for example, vendor to ledger reconciliation, where you get an entire list, and that's the usual way we do reconciliation. And that is for one company at a time, and that is kind of time consuming. But for this, you can do it across legal entities. And yes, you can only choose one period at a time, but you can also, the one period can also be an entire fiscal year. So as you see here, we have the account reconciliation agent. Let's just try to go into a quick demo of it. So you have the new immersive home that you have probably seen, where you have your tasks that you can do. You have your agent activity on the top right side. And then in the bottom, we have the workspaces. And on top is the account reconciliation workspace, because that's the one I used last time. So as I said, you can look across all legal entities. You can see all 4 areas here that is currently in the account reconciliation agent: the bank, accounts payable, accounts receivable, and tax. We can see a summary of what has been happening. We can, as I said, choose period, only one period, but it's also possible to choose the entire year. So that's nice. Then you can choose if you only want to look at one legal entities or more legal entities. It could be you are a controller for the German companies, and also choose which areas you want to look into. Then we have in the middle the summary tiles. We have 15 open exceptions. We have 1 addressed exception, one we already handled. And on the right side, we have the transaction that was directly reconciled. So it gives us a good overview also during the month. So it's not just that you have to reconcile at month end, you can actually look at this during the month, which is the big advantage. On top in the right side, you will find the setup of it. So for accounts payable, of course, it is set up to look through your posting profiles. The same for accounts receivable. So it looks that you have not posted anything that is not according to your posting profiles. It could also be you changed a group on a vendor or something, and then it would post different, and you would find the exceptions here. So let's try to go in and look at the exceptions. Again, we have all, on the left side here, we can see all the exceptions. On the top, we can again filter like we could in the beginning if it's too many and we only want to look at one area or one company or another period. Then we choose, as an example here, a voucher. And on the right side, we see the activity for this voucher. When was it posted? What's the activity that has been happening since? And then you can see information like company, main account, accounting date. And in the middle, we have, we can see that in the subledger, there wasn't posted anything. In the ledger, there was posted something. So that's why the posting is, of course, here. Again, we see the company main account, the currency amount, accounting currency amount, and the voucher. I am not able to go into the voucher here, but I'm able to just reverse it if I want to, which if I was a controller, I would find a little dangerous. But as one of my customers said, we trust our finance people here. You can also create a journal entry. You can link transactions if there was an old transaction where you wanted to link it to. And you can also accept that it is there, saying that this is something that we need to have there. It could be an opening balance or something. So let's just try to reverse. We put in a recent comment here. You will be asked for recent comments in all where you need to do something. I'm typing wrong posting and saying okay. And then the magic happens, like really. Now we have the posting. So this is a very powerful tool for reversing, and also something you have to handle with care, because we don't want people just reversing postings here. But it's, as I said, it could be a good possibility to look at the exceptions. And now you can see I have 2 addressed exceptions because I just reversed the posting that I have. And I can again see when I go back the history of it. Now it has also been reversed. So the activity will always contain all the information that we did on the voucher. As I said, it's not the same as a ledger, vendor-to-ledger reconciliation, but it is a good tool to try to find your exceptions during the month. So you don't have to just do your reconciliation end of the month and then figuring out, oh no, we need to find out how is this, why is this posted here? So use it maybe to see during the month what is actually going on. And in that way, you would be able to be faster in the month-end closing. And let's move on. For the account reconciliation agent, some of the challenges that we saw was that if you use the say accounts that are used as vendor and customer, they had some issues finding it. I'll come back to the questions in 2 seconds. It does not provide a list of differences. A lot of our customers want to have that, but that's not intended for this agent. It is also not possible to jump directly into voucher, but that should be in one of the next updates, so you can jump into the voucher, which is something we all are looking forward to. And then you can only look at one period. Some wants to look at more periods, and that is feedback we have also given to Microsoft. When we are testing it where I work, we also, as Ulrika is also, we are directly in contact with Fast Track, so we are giving them the feedback, and we have provided this feedback also. In the roadmap, according to the Tech Talk, so it's not something I would be 100%, but that was set at that time, is project module, inventory module, and fixed assets also to be on the account reconciliation agent. And was there a question before we move on?
There's no question. Yeah, go ahead.
I hope you can hear me. From
Yes.
this side. So my question is actually has an answer on this particular slide. I wanted to ask with you, like, why do not have in FA as well? So you have given it is in the roadmap. So I have answer for that now. Yeah, thank you so much.
That is something that we are looking forward to. So also for me, I think the project module is that's always a challenge to reconciliate. So that will also be a good one coming.
Yeah,
And
that is
also
top of my list.
Yeah.
And
Thank you
then
so
I
much.
Project module
would
will
like
be really
intercompany
good.
also, or we would like intercompany also,
Yeah.
right? But it's nice to have a wish list. So yeah, good.
Project module would be a tricky one for Microsoft to
Oh
make
yes.
it generic because it's used by different companies in different ways, and calculating and reconciliation will be
Yes.
tricky. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
Definitely. So let's look a little at the bank reconciliation. On our slides, when we have this, you can see a little diamond here. This is our hidden gem. This is something that we think you should actually look a little more into, because maybe standard could be used, and a lot of things are coming in this area. So we have the possibility for the bank reconciliation. It's kind of in 4 steps. You import the banks automatically match, and we can do manual matching after that, and then we complete the reconciliation. And to move on, let's talk a little about the possibilities. So importing bank statement can of course be done with electronic reporting, which has been used for a long time. But there's also a new possibility. You can import with Excel via data management. You can use the data entities bank statement header and bank statement lines. We have tried it, it works. So out of the box, you can do that. Then you can use different import methods. You can manually create, or you can just import, as I said, in data management. But you could also periodically import from SharePoint if you want to do that. And some of the parameters that are interesting is that you can have multiple bank accounts in one file. If that should be something that you are looking for, you can use also time zone conversion. If we have a bank in India, for example, and we are in Europe, then we can use the time zone conversion, one of the newer features. Then we have the automatic matching possibilities. We can match with company transactions. We can post new entries. I'm coming back to that shortly, and we can clear some errors. So just to show you quickly, if you do the import, it's in data management. You simply create an import and you use the bank statement header and bank statement lines, upload the Excels, bank statement is uploaded. And to show you, this is the 2 Excel files that we are using for it. I am in the middle of implementing this with a customer where they are going actually from an ISV solution to the normal modern bank, to the standard modern bank reconciliation. So that's interesting how it's going that way. Did I just go back? I think I did. So let me show you just a short video before. Did I? That's one slide. No. Before I will go into this, let me just tell you about the possibilities of the rules. You can create different rules. You can create rules that, as you see here on the first here, that you can match amount, you can match date, you can match document number, transaction type, payment reference, and you can use different action types. So you can also use the possibility of creating a general ledger voucher, meaning if your bank comes with an interest fee, it typically has the specific type. And if this type comes in, then you can automatically create a voucher and tell it which account to put on. So that's one of the possibilities. But let me just show you a very simple example. Oops, I moved on. Yeah, a simple example here. I set up the reconciliation matching rule with just a simple match amount to show you how you do it. Then there's one thing you have to remember, because this can cause some headaches if you forget it. Not that that could happen to me at all, but it might anyway have happened. So activate the rule before you move on. Then you go to your rule set, so you can combine that you have different rules in a rule set. This is also really nice because you could have different rules set for different bank accounts. So I created one with just my Viking rule, and I make sure it was active. Now then I have a bank statement here that I have imported. I just took a short one to show it to you. When I have imported it, the first thing you can see here is the period is correct, the amount is correct, and then we validate before we move on to say this is actually right. We are not looping over another bank statement. And once we have done it, we can see that it has the lines and they are unmatched, so we can reconcile in the worksheet. And when I'm here, what I can see is now my bank statement transactions and my bank transactions. And now I'll run the matching rules. And by pressing the matching rules, I chose the A3. That was the one I made with the Viking. And I said, okay. And no need to mark them before, it will automatically look into them. Or, yeah, it has two statement lines have been matched. So matched transactions, I can see now I have two that matched. I can then print my reconciliation statement and mark as reconciled. So it holds possibilities. It has future things coming. And where I work, we also do watch new letters every time there's a new update. And one of the 3 of the things that came in update 45 is actually connected to the modern bank reconciliation. So you can automatically now match vendors on the IBAN account number in the bank statements. You can also search for customer vendor account when manual payment journal is created during the process. That's one of the things you can create in the rules. And because this is, of course, can be a heavy process if you have a lot of transactions, then there's also an optimized settlement, optimized auto settlement, so that the performance is working better and better when you are working with the modern bank reconciliation. There's still a lot of things you could have on your wish list, but it's definitely going there where we do keep an eye on it for every new update to make sure, because we also have some bank functionality that we use for some customers, but it's getting better and better this. So what do you think, Ulrika? Do you also use it for some customers?
Yes, I mean, there's so much happening here right now. So as you said, I wouldn't stay away from it. And also we have one bullet coming a little bit later on what's new as well, where you can see that Microsoft also has news with the remittance advice. Also that linked to payments, of course, because in that you get the information about your payments from your customers, and you get the possibility to work with the AI in that area as well. So here, I guess we will see a lot of new features coming.
Yeah. And with that, over to you, Ulrika.
Yes, of course, as we said, being a Viking, you would love to have your treasures in quickly. So how do you manage to do that in Dynamics then? Well, have a few tips for you. Use the new collections coordinator workspace. I will show you a demo of that within short. So the collections coordinator workspace gives you like a one view of your balances and activities on your customers. Also holds a great timeline where you can see the actions that were actually happening on this customer. And you also get help, of course, of Copilot. So let's see how this could work in the system then. Again, looking at my Dynamics, going to the collection coordinator workspace. Here you can see a lot of customers. I can see that, well, Forest, in this case, they have quite a big risk score. They have quite a few of like open invoices as well. So let's dig a bit deeper into that customer. I will select the customer. I get the view of only that customer. And yes, I need to look more into them. So I get the details. On the right-hand side, I get the timeline that we talked about earlier. Here I can see all of the payments, for instance. I can see the disputed invoices and all of the transactions. And now I would like Copilot to help me by creating a reminder email So I just press the button and automatically an email is created with the correct to-person based out of the setup on the customer. And I have my name in the end as well. So it looks like something that I really did. I just have to look at it and then send it off to my customer to get my raids in quickly. Well,
Nice one.
If this wasn't quick enough, I have another thing for you. So let's continue. Well, if you want to get your money in even faster, then use the prepayment invoice. I'm not sure about how many of you that's implemented this yet, but it's been something my customers have longed for years. If they're not using the project module, they haven't had a really good way of doing prepayment invoices. Now that's come. And before you can make that happen in the system, you need to set up a prepayment category, set up some postings in the inventory posting, add some parameters, and then an electronic invoicing format. Not super hard. Wouldn't take you more than half an hour. And then once you've done that, let's see what you can do. Well, then again, going into my dynamics, looking at the sales order that I have created, I did it for all wholesales, really hard to say in a demo, so I don't know why I chose that one. But anyway, here it is. I've created a sales order. And in the top here, you'll see that you have a new possibility called prepayment proposal. So we'll start here by adding a new prepayment proposal. I will say, is it percentage or a fixed amount? I will do percentage. I will do 100%, but you could do less, of course. And once that's done, I can go in again. And now you see you have another field lit up, the prepayment invoice. So from here, now I can actually post this prepayment invoice and send it off to my customer. Super simple.
This is so much better. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also now, since it's so linked, what happens now is, of course, since things go a bit fast in a demo, we get a payment, right? So the customer is paying. I do this through a payment journal. No automatic things here, just so you see what happened. So Ol has actually decided, well, we're going to pay her. So she gets I get the prepayment. I can find my prepayment invoice here as one of the ordinary invoices. And it's possible actually to have a separate number sequence on those. And then I post it off. And the nice thing is now I can continue to work with my sales order. So I could deliver it, for instance, but in this demo, I will just invoice it so you know what happens in the last step. So for my sales order now, going into it again, I will actually do the last step. I will invoice like normal. And then here you'll see that it's already applied my prepayment invoice. And here it's set up on a separate line as a prepayment invoice. So I post it through. And of course, now my customer doesn't have to pay anything. So if we look at the invoice journal, you will see that on this voucher, we have these transactions here. And you can see that my accounts receivables is zeroed out and my prepayment is zeroed out. You see that in the end here. Don't forget this feature. Super easy to work with, and it's been longed for by the customers.
For a long time.
Yes.
Is
So
this
I
new
guess
in version 44 or 45?
Oh, I can't remember. I think it was 44 actually.
Nice.
Yeah. So Leone, well, now we put a lot of figures into the system. Can you tell us how to get them out?
Oh, yes. And I've been waiting for this slide to come. Business performance analytics. We have been working more and more since it came. It has developed quite a lot. Lots of things have happened. And as you will see, Ulrika and I are kind of like stepping the game up and up and up and creating more and more things in here. And then also one of my colleagues did a really nice one we are going to see. What we have with business performance analytics is, of course, all of our transactions for not only finance, but also for some of the sales side and the purchase side right now, coming out in a tool that we can use, that users can use without having to set up something special. And Ulrika asked me the question.
How much does it cost, Lona?
It's for free. It's amazing. That's like the best thing ever. You can just activate it from the Power Platform, and then users can go in, and Microsoft already created some reports. So let's move on to a demo.
Great stuff.
First of all, let's just see a little short demo on how it works in BASIC. You have the app in Finance Operations. Let me just put a pause on this one. Note to you all, if you are using Immersive Home, these apps will not be there. You probably saw it, but you can just change it in the user options and then go back to this side if you would like that. We have a developer also who actually got them in under our workspaces, so it's also possible to do other things. But it's from here we are going in. And of course, it opens the app in a separate instance in our browser. And as you can see, we have the Microsoft reports that have already been made. So it's really easy getting started with this because you don't have to start from scratch. You can see all of the ones typed with type Microsoft are the ones they have created, and you can go into them. And let's try to look into one I built that was actually for DynamicsCon. So for the DynamicsCon reports, we did a trial balance and a view with purchase orders. And the trial balance looks like this. So we have our German DEMF company. We can look at different currencies, transaction currency, reporting currency. We can choose, now I chose the German company here. You could choose more companies. You can choose the accounting dates also. You can choose which number type you want to have, if it has, and how many decimals you want to have in the system. So this one comes out of the box that you can use, and it's actually a good overview. It's kind of, I would say, a competitor to the management reporter as we know it, because it's really easy to use and customers like it. So the purchase orders is another example. And I know Ulrika, actually, this is the standard one, but I know Ulrika has something saved for us that she will show. The same goes for the purchase orders here that we can choose. For example, we want to see the ones that are open, and instantly it changes. It's really fast. It's not. It's a tool that we can use. You can see how fast it reacts when you change something. So go in and play with it is like the first advice. Try to look at it. It has a lot of possibilities in here. I'm looking at all of the purchase orders. We are not going too deep into that because Ulrika is going to show something nice on that later. But what you can do is you can actually duplicate it. So if you think this one I could use, but just change a little, then duplicate it and then go in and edit it. When it duplicates, it's fair enough. It takes a little time to duplicate it, but then you get a report exactly like the first one, and then it would just call it, let's see what it called it. It's still purchase orders and with a 1 in the end. And I will just rename it then to some Viking purchase orders or something. So then I have my own report that I can work with in here. And that's how users can fairly easy get started with the business performance analytics. The renaming also takes a little time, but compared to that, you don't need anything to set it up. It's actually a really good tool, I think. So let's just have patience with the renaming here. Once you have renamed it, if on top you go to the edit, you will see all of the possibilities you have. So you have different visuals, you have values, and the data tables are there, so you can search for them and use them. A lot of the users that are out there in the companies right now knows the Power BI tools, so that's why it's very easy to use that one. And let's just see, is the next one, is that yours, Ulrika, or is that was an extra we had, I think. So what we did, I will not take honor for that, that's my colleague, that's why his name is standing here in the bottom. So what he did to make this match the German local law was he used the main account categories for different categories. That was, for example, now it's saying Umsatz. It's for the Ulrika,
turnover.
Turnover, yeah. For the turnover, he used one category. So you use the different categories, and you can use them in BPA. So these examples that he built actually come really good out with the customers, and are what we need for the German customers. There's one question.
Yes, so it's me again. Actually, I was not able to bring the sales aging report. So do we have any limitation towards the customer report?
That is something I will have to come back to, at least. I don't know, Ulrika.
Yeah, do you mean the sales details?
You're
Yes,
right.
I think you need to reach out to Microsoft to get that installed. So you need to reach out to Microsoft to tell them that you want that capability, and it should work.
Okay.
So raise a ticket with Microsoft.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
And then we come to the one, Ulrika.
Oh, well, yeah, just to say, it could also look like this. So it's not only for reporting the normal figures. You can have your purchase order statistics here, like what Leona showed before. It could also be my sales statistics. So now you can see it's actually there. I've asked Microsoft to add me to that, so it's possible to get it in. And I can choose here on maybe my line status delivered. That's always something where you try to find which lines are delivered, which are not. And also imagine here, if you combine it with the information that you have from the GL account. Because sometimes they say, okay, what is the truth here? What is our turnover for the month? So bring in those turnover accounts and compare them to the sales statistics coming from the lines. Then you have a super good tool to actually do that kind of reconcile your sales report.
And it also means that every part of the business is actually looking at the same, because the base is coming from our ERP system, and that is where the truth is. So that's also a good thing.
And also, I mean, based on the analytics, I mean, the visualization, you never had that in financial reports. You had to go somewhere else. So don't forget those. And we have more great things coming as well, Leona.
Yes. I saw they changed some public preview December 25 for the acquired to dispose data. Bilur, nice to see you.
Hello, Ulrika. Hello, Lon. How are you?
We are good. How are you?
Thank you. I was looking forward for this one. So for business performance analytics, I would like to add one of my comments that you know that we have financial reports already. And when you just show the financial reports to the users, they always come up with the question, okay, can I have my sales quantities or reports of the purchase? And it's very saddening to say them that you cannot, because financial reports are all based on the ledger transactions. But what I like about the business performance analytics is now that you can say users that yes, you can, and then set up the performance analytics and let them their playground. So I think this is very good one, and the best part is, as you have mentioned, it's free. So yeah, this is a tool that I really like to work on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
here there are some
agree.
great things coming here as well. So you have the acquire to dispose as part of the other. We have the sales and purchase, but now also acquire to dispose data model. So we'll get the fixed assets in. And I talked about the financial tags earlier on. Currently, it's not there, but it will also be brought into the data model. So that I think is super. What do you say, Lona? What do you like?
I'm really looking forward to this Ask Copilot about help thing, because that will be so good with the users. But get started with it. Definitely do reach out, and then we will share the slides. We have added some links for Yammer groups, for Tech Talk, and there's a business performance analytics series also. So yes, if this is not enough, then we do have business performance planning. Business performance planning comes with a cost, Ulrika.
It does. It's a different license. And also today, we didn't have the time to deep dive into this one. But of course, you have business performance planning as well. BPA, business performance analytics, handles your historical data, the values that you actually put in. But then on your future data, your plans, prognosis, budgets, that is something you can do in business performance planning. And what the capabilities, I'm not sure if you've looked at it, but there are some new things coming there as well. Currently, it's more of an empty shell that you get to build your own budgets and prognosis in Power BI, but Microsoft will actually share some templates for planning. That's coming. Also to see outlier detection, to maybe exclude that from your plans. That's also a possibility. The streamline access is actually giving you access to BPA data in BPP. Super exciting as well. And then we can track changes, see who did what and when did they do it.
So at some point, we will probably have from demand planning to BPA to BPP, the entire thing. What do you think, Ulrika?
Love it.
Yeah. Going to be amazing. So let's look a little about what's also coming, or something that you could have missed out on. We do have the online templates for consolidation, which is a thing that at least in Germany is very liked, because we like to do our consolidation in Germany first, and then we do the worldwide consolidation. And with this templates, we can actually do that really fast. Go in to look at the consolidation module and try these online templates. It's easy to figure out and try them. And then Ulrika.
Yes, then we have a new journal framework coming up. Haven't been shared yet, but it's coming up. Super exciting.
Definitely.
And with that, we'll also have like one setup of all of the posting profiles will be done on one single area. And it should also, as I understand it, be possible to control it by date.
So nice. Then we also have the Accounting Source Explorer. With the advanced file export, I actually did a little presentation on that one for the next slides. Is there some of the other things you want to add quickly, Ulrika, before we move on to showing that?
Well, I talked about the import remittance advice. Don't forget that one. It will also be great to help you out in that cumbersome work with bringing in customer payments. Automating that flow. So then over to you, Lona.
Yes, so the Accounting Source Explorer Advanced File Export came in update 10.045, and it is a feature that you have to activate. And I just did a very short video on how to use it. You simply press export and multi-ledger export, and then you choose your calendar. For example, it could be your fiscal calendar, and you choose which year you want to look at, and then you have to choose which period you will look at. Then you can choose different companies. So it's not just for one company, you can choose different. Now I'm taking USMF, USSE, USSI, and DMF, and then I'm saying okay, and it instantly creates an Excel. Instantly is like, we probably did not have a lot of transaction at that time, but at least it's coming now, it's processing, and now I can download my Excel file. And as you see, when we open the Excel file, it has created one Excel file with different sheets on the bottom. So in my Excel file, I now have USMF, I have DEMF and USSI. What is important to say here is that even though you have filtered your Accounting Source Explorer, that does not apply for the export. The export is going to take everything for the period you choose. So you have to take a little care about that one.
Yeah. And also, I saw one thing that was actually not here, Leona.
And
the financial tags are not
the
showing
financial
up.
tags. The financial tags are not coming.
So
Ulrika,
I
and
guess
your
we need to put that as an idea to Microsoft.
Definitely, definitely. And now I saw that Jonas just joined. Do you think, Ulrika, that I could show my favorite thing I wanted to show today?
Yes,
Okay.
I think so. They're up for it now.
Yeah, let's just, I will jump a little quickly in the slides now. Questions we will take in the end. And thank you so much for having us. We will also say we had something on build your own agent because I was part of building an agent, but we have something that Jonas has been a part of helping with. We have some very lazy Vikings in our countries, and they don't want to go into the ERP system to approve things. So Ulrika, what are we going to do? We need to bring the ERP system closer to the Vikings. And how do we do that? Let's try to help them so they don't complain.
Where are a Viking? They are, right? They're in Teams. They don't want to go into no ERP.
So one of the example was, if you need an expense approval, what does it need for me to tell Jonas, thank you, Jonas, how to create this adaptive card? So we need a trigger. The trigger could be a business event like the workflow element starts, or it could be every Monday morning at 7 we send it out or something like that. So it could be also a time. Then I'm showing him which entity do I need some fields from and what are the target fields. And then we can get an adaptive card in Teams to approve. Remember, you don't do this to save licenses because it costs the same. But you can use it to get your approvals into Teams and not having the users in the ERP system. They can approve, they can reject, they can, with a deep link, go directly into the ERP system to see if they want to see. And it is up to you how much you want to have on the adaptive card. You just have to explain and give the entities the tables behind it. So we did one for expense approval. I know Jonas and William has also done for invoice approvals. And then we did for previous sessions, we did a weekly project overview, which also is really nice. So there was also some other ideas on how to do it, but that was my last I wanted to show you. So let's now go back to saying thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure being here with you. And does anyone have any questions?
I guess we had one question in the chat, right?
Yeah,
so
there
let's
are
see.
few questions in chat. We can take them. So maybe I'll pick. I think it was from me. It's regarding the modern bank reconciliation capabilities. Are you guys aware of any Copilot capabilities coming in that space from Microsoft? Or
Not
like,
that
for
I'm
example, a
aware of.
Copilot to
Well, I
evaluate your
wouldn't,
rules?
but I guess I wouldn't be surprised, right?
No.
And then I saw there was also a question on BPP, if it writes back to Dynamics. Currently, it writes back to Dataverse.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think I read somewhere it's on the roadmap for BPP team to push it all the way back to FNO.
Yeah.
So that would be really great. I think there is question from Satya. Satya, you want to ask this question around validation possible to configure deliveries not possible? Yeah.
Yep. So that's around the prepayment on sales order. So prepayment, so like where I see the value of this feature more, definitely you can have the performa invoice, right? And collect the payment against it. That's the concept, right? I recently had a client who wanted a cash receipt feature against the sales order without going into the retail commerce functionalities, right? So can I use it for that purpose? So I collect the cash or like card payment here at the sales order level, and then unless they pay it, I stop the delivery of against those sales orders.
I guess you could at least try it out. I mean, I need to see the case, I guess, a little bit more. And if the cash on delivery terms doesn't work for you, yes, then I guess yes. I haven't tried it myself on any commerce scenario, so
Yeah, no, that's fine. But definitely, there's a now we know trigger now. I think a little bit of customization maybe can work around it.
yeah.
But at least there is I think, a framework.
Yeah, it's there. And they also, you have a few different parameters there as well that you should look at depending on how you want it to work.
Sure. No, I think that's a good insight. I can work around it.
There's a question also if Microsoft will remove the financial reports from D365. I know at least that Ulrika hope they will not do it, because if you don't have financial reports in D365, then all the customers with on-prem solutions will have issues.
Yeah, so not for now, I think.
No.
Yeah.
But I
And there
think
is a
that
lot
is
of
where they
talk
will put
about
the effort, however. The effort on reporting would be put to BPA, not to financial reports. So for instance, I'm not sure that we will see any financial tags in financial reports. There you have to go to BPA. That's my thought. But
so just while
something,
we're talking,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Luna. I'll ask.
No, it was just there was something about the refresh of BPA, and there should be something coming with refreshing where you can change it for example, for month-end closing, that you might want to refresh more often than just twice a day.
Yeah, that's also, I've heard it's on roadmap. Looking forward to that. Just on the BPA, like my understanding is that it shows you data from previous 3 years and the current rolling year. So it basically shows you 4 years of data. But do we know how does it calculate this time period? Like, is it based on the license renewal, or is it based on the periods which you configure for in your calendars? Like, how does BPA knows this is the timeline of 3 years or 4 years while pulling the data?
I don't know actually the answer to that one.
Yeah.
No.
Right. And I think after, like, once you cross 4 years, then probably customers need to bring that data via their own managed data lake to BPA.
Yeah, that would be a possibility.
Yeah, but it's also a discussion that we can have sometimes with customers. How come we cannot see 10 years, but do you want to pay for having the data for 10 years in BPA? So
thank you. Yeah,
most don't want to.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's all Microsoft managed data lake for now, which is great. Like, it's no cost to customers, but once the data reaches a threshold, and this is in terms of timeline, not in terms of size, so it will be tricky to see how it all goes forward once customers start accumulating data. And maybe we will come to know in 5 years from now, once BPA has all that data in it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But
so I just want to echo you as well, Lone. Thank you so much for today. It's been a pleasure.
It really has, yeah.
Cool. I think we're just on time. If anyone has any question or wants to give any feedback, feel free to unmute yourself. Share your views.
And Lona and Ulrika, what I mentioned in the chat, I think one dedicated session for BPP if you are comfortable, whenever you're comfortable, I think that will be really great. But that's a new topic, and everybody is looking for a good content around it.
Yeah. We can try to look, Ulrika, and then get back to you on it. It is a challenge doing BPP. We all know it. It comes with some issues that we have to unlock, some challenges that we have to get our heads around. So but we are always up for a good challenge, right, Ulrika?
Absolutely.
Thank you much.
Perfect. So yeah, I think from my side, I would just like to say a big thanks to Luna and Ulrika for sharing their valuable knowledge and experience and insights with us here. And the session is really helpful for everyone. So thank you everyone who joined today and taking out time from your busy schedule. But we really appreciate your help and support and looking forward to many more sessions in future. I've shared the channels of our LinkedIn and YouTube in the chat window, so please do join us, subscribe us to stay updated.
Thank you so much for listening to us.
Yeah, thanks.
Great session. Thank you.
All right, then. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Have a good day. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.